Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer and this is Metropolis on City Skylines. This is going to be episode number 29 in the series, and in this episode I'd like to build a big port area, finally get some shipping into the city. Now this particular vanilla map hasn't got very good opportunities for shipping, but there is one shipping route, I think, as far as I can tell. Let's just bring up that. So there's this one shipping route which comes down this river here, meanders its way down to there, and I think that's it. Just going to check the other side. There's definitely nothing on that side, and there's nothing coming in on that little river there either, nor on this one. Actually, this looks like quite a wide river, but there's still no shipping there, so it is going to have to be all the way over here, which is not the end of the world, but it just means we've got to bring some transport routes over to here. And it's not unheard of, that ports, I mean, especially nowadays actually with containerisation, ports are more and more on the outskirts of cities, especially like London. We had this Docklands area which was supposed to be inspired by Canary Wharf, which was the main dock in London up until about the 50s and 60s when I think it was about the 60s or 70s when containerisation started. And then it started to decline, and then the port itself was moved further and further away. The actual main port for the east coast of England for a long time has been Felixstowe. It still is the major container port for the east of England, but recently they've built the London Gateway, which is just, I guess, on the outskirts of London on the Thames, which is a huge container port which can take these massive post-Panamax Tripoli ships. So we're going to take some inspiration from that. So it is going to be far away from the city, but I don't think it's like completely unrealistic. Now, I haven't built a vanilla port, like a decent one. I think in the past when I was playing for the first time, I'd just basically chuck in anything that's a little bit big. But I would like to make this look as good as I can make it look with the vanilla kind of tools that we've got available. And we're already going to start running out of soil, aren't we? So what I want to do is just get a nice big flat area, because that's what you need first and foremost for any sort of port, is a flat area. But what I don't want it to do is be too high off the actual river level, but then again you don't want it too low that it continues to flood. So let's just let the water do its thing, and then we can gauge if this is going to be high enough. We might need to take it up maybe one more step. So if I turn this right down one more step, we'll take our reference from that point there, and that should be high enough. And then what isn't? No, okay, then it's a good lattice. Oh no, we've got soil. Maybe if I just make that maybe a little bit bigger, then yeah, that's a bit more visible. You can actually see something. So we'll take our height reference from there, and then we'll extend this out. I'm definitely using the leveling tool, aren't I? It's just not doing. Come on, that's the one. We've got it. Right, so that should be fine. We actually using some of our soil for once. Usually we've just got to try and dump it somewhere, haven't we? But this time we're actually using it. It is right. Helps if you turn the steps back up, doesn't it? That's the one. That's better. A little bit more speed. Get this done a lot faster. So first thing we want a nice straight wall for the actual main container port itself, and I also want to put in a passenger terminal as well, because I do want to build an entertainment district and a leisure tourist district as well. I'm going to combine the two, and I want some more transportation. I know we've got the airport that we built in the last episode, but I would like a passenger terminal as well to bring more tourists into the leisure district, or the tourism district that we're going to build. So I think that should probably be more than big enough. But what I want some. Actually, let's just double check so we've got that there. Those all going to have to be facing this thing, isn't it? Maybe can I get one over here? I know the terrain might just be able to get something in over there. So let's take our guide, our reference, and then build another wall. Another dock wall over here. It is going to be quite substantial. We're going to have more land than we actually physically need to build the assets, the buildings, I guess, but we can fill it out. I've got some ideas for how I'm going to actually fill the space out and make it look a little bit more interesting. I just want to bring some of this down. I just want walls on angles to each other, so it does look a little bit more dock-like rather than just looking like a bit of a boring coast. I'm going to get rid of that ship. As nice as the details are, I think that one is just in my way, because we are going to have to put a lot of infrastructure in around it to make it look more interesting, but also to get the tourists to the tourism destinations. So I think all of this, how we're doing for soil, we're actually starting to struggle for soil for once. No, actually what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to completely get rid of this channel here, do I? But what I'll do is I'll kind of actually I will put a canal in. So basically we've got the natural kind of tributary whatever here, and I think what we'll do, because I've never used these really, well I've used them a little bit but not that much, is we will actually have like a man-made channel to bring the water into there. Is that actually going to work? Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Or are we just going to empty the are we going to empty that? That would be bad, wouldn't it? Let's see what that does, because I am at the minute just draining that. Maybe I should have used the shallower. Right, pause the game. Let's see if I've probably ruined this now, haven't I? I mean, there should be, I'm guessing there's a water source in there, so we'll see what that, yeah, so there's a water source there, but this might empty the water source quicker than we can actually fill the channel. So let's see what happens. Yeah, we'll leave that doing its thing, as you know, what water does, whatever it does, just sorts itself out, and then we'll continue flattening the area for the port. So we've got this one here, so all of this wants to be flat, nice and flat, and I think I will just make this look a little bit more natural leading in there, and then that can be, yeah, that bit more natural, bit of texture to this side. How's that looking now? Yeah, that's fine actually. But are we flooding? Yeah, that's because we've got a little bit of a depression there, so we're gonna make all that perfectly flat. All this, give that actually let's give that a really good edge, doesn't it? And we want just to make this a little bit deeper, I think. I mean, you don't actually need it on this game, do you? Because the ships will come in anyway, but I think you just want to make a little bit of a channel for the big ships that are going to be coming in to the dock area. So yeah, just make a bit of a channel, and then we're going to come in with the key. Should be relatively straightforward, although the water's having a little bit of a thing. Actually, I've just messed that edge up, haven't I, a little bit? I just want that to be a nice, perfectly straight run, like so, and then straight into there. And then just a nice crisp corner into there as well, and then we're going to come in with a key. Just hopefully should be straightforward, which it is. Good, because we've done all the hard work with the terrain itself, so that's just something simple. Like, can we actually put, no, yeah, we can put a key down. Well, it was almost letting us put a key down here. Let's up, if we put a corner on there, we're going to collide with that. Okie dokie, so if we push this out a little bit like that, and then we can put a key down here, because this is all like the man-made channel, isn't it? This is what we're looking for down here. Water is trying to encroach a little bit. Is it settled down any? If we put a bit of a defence in there, maybe, is the water gonna settle down now? Yes, I think that's a good height actually. I'm pretty happy with that as a height. And then just this little bit here where the terrain's coming back through, we've just gotta push that back, because we just want a nice clean wall there. We don't want any terrain, so push this channel that we just created, although we are starting to run out of a little bit of soil, push that right back like so. Just push, keep pushing. That's all looking nice. Just a nice clean wall is what we're looking for. Let's take a look at that. Is all, yeah, the water's bobbing up and down a little bit, but I think that's a nice height, I think. So the first thing we want is a nice big, no, that's definitely the wrong one, isn't it? We want a nice big cargo hub, so we've got the rail link as well, so we'll put that there. I'm just thinking we need some space for the track, so we'll have a cargo hub, and then we'll have a ferry, no, not a ferry, a harbour for the tourists to come in. And obviously we're going to need water and power brought down here, so we'll chuck a pipe down here. Just get, oh no, maybe not there then, maybe around. No, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to have some zoning around here. Maybe a little bit of industry, perhaps a little bit of commercial as well, just to fill it out a bit, because you do get sort of companies sprouting up around these ports, even if they're kind of brand new, like the London Gateway is, or the Thames. Is it the London Gateway or the Thames Gateway? I'm pretty sure it might be the Thames Gateway actually. Got some water, now we need some power. Get this across to somewhere. Maybe if we turn guides off, it's better. Just get this linked up across to there, and then just bring this. Actually, we don't need to power it yet because we haven't got any road connections or any rail connections or anything. So what we need first of all is we're going to have the industrial roads all around here, I think, just to give it that industrial look. That's the only thing with these, isn't it? It's the rail. It's in the water. No, not to worry. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to bring it off this way, aren't I? That's a little bit frustrating. Bring it down. No, at least we got a decent. Oh no, what's that? No, we're not allowed to do that. That's hideous. Can I bring this down? Should really be able to bring this down. No, going straight into the water. So right, if we bring it onto land first, and then maybe we can start playing with the height a little bit. So actually, let's see, what's that height wise? 1, 2, 3. So that is high enough off the ground. I think actually we'll keep it off the ground. No, it's not really massively realistic, I don't think, but I think at least it gets the trains above the road. We've got a horrible roller coaster in there. I think that's the best. I think that's all we can do, isn't it? Otherwise, it's either underwater or a bit of a roller coaster. I think we'll have to live with that. Now we want some one-way road. So if we have a road coming all the way down, maybe just try and connect it up to this without it looking too hideous. Actually, it's not too bad. I will take that. That's fine. And then just another one-way road going off there. Now what we want in the middle here is some. Can I connect those up? Now if I do that, and then we'll do another road. Now these roads aren't necessary, but these are just for decoration, just to make it look a little bit more like a container port, because you'd have like roads running through where all the containers like come on and off and things like that. Now something I'm going to try, which I saw the other day, was using, and I've never thought of this, is using pavements for like to fill in like concrete. I know we're going to have. Does it have benches? No, it has lights, which isn't the end of the world. And there was turn angles on, and then there's like although I was saying that the way they did it looked a lot easier than what I'm making it look. Turn everything off. It's just trying to snap to that. It wasn't doing that in the video I was watching, trying to snap to everything. No, maybe not then. Let's see if we can get this to work. Don't think it's going to work the way it looked like it did on the video. Well, that's a bit of a shame. Right, okay, get rid of that. Try it this way. I know we can't have any containers, I don't think, because we haven't got the props available, have we? There's no way to get props, but it would be nice to have like a concreted area. I think that's just going to give us glitch, isn't it? In between each of the runs. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but the lights aren't. No, I think we might have to revisit that, I think. Possibly. I'll get rid of some of this. No, that's the key. I just want to get rid of the rocks that are in the way. Let's try that again let's put the key back in. Right, so we might have to revisit that, but at least it looks a little bit dock-like. Now the only thing is, what else did I want to do? I wanted a railway station for actual passengers to get on and off, because we want tourists arriving via ship. We want them to be able to get to the city, don't we? Need to turn the guides back on, well, apart from road guides, that is. Right, get that to. What's that going to do if I do that? No, I think I will get rid of all that, and then we're going to use the slope. Say the top is going to be about here. We might have a bit of a cutting, and then we'll use the slope tool to bring a nice gentle slope down here. Hopefully, yeah, it should be gentle enough. Actually, I'm gonna expand that out. So we want that. That's not the lowest point, is it? That's the lowest point for the rail anyway. For some reason, the station's gone tiny little bit higher. So slope tool down there from here, bring it right down in a nice gentle slope, something like that. Now hopefully this should work even though it's on a curve. So we're going to go up like that. What's that done? Yeah, that's nice and gentle. And then we're going to bring this down to actually meet that railway there. And we'll have 4 tracks along here, like a corridor. I'm not sure where this is going to go yet, but obviously it does need to go somewhere close to the city to get the freight traffic in. And it's going to have to hook up with this line here, which is all the main lines, which are getting quite busy. So that's that. And then what we need from here is, so I think I'll use this as the reference actually, as the next highest point. I'm going to have to do some work with the terrain. Starting to run out of soil. We're going to have to do some work with the terrain, I know that much, and maybe use the slope tool for a second time to get us up a little bit more. But what I'm just thinking is I want to bring this down here. What I need is a nice flat surface on which to build the next thing. So get rid of that and that and that and that. Bring a nice road down here from there, so down to the bottom, and then we're going to have a roundabout here. So 80, yeah, it doesn't need to be, but actually no, a little bit bigger than that I think, so I'll do 100 for the roundabout, something like that. And then we're just going to connect the roads to the roundabout using the industrial road just to give it that rustic feel, and then this just wants to be connected up to that. Maybe we can make that look a little bit better. So if we have a straight, coming off here, we'll have a straight run down to there, and then we've got to mess around with this corner then. I think we probably push this into the corner a little bit further than we actually should have done, but not to worry. So bring this right down, and then it's going to have to be a tight bend into there, but it's not too bad. And then this wants to run. Again, we want nice straight roads for this, and then we'll just curve it in to meet the roundabout, and then put these roads back in. I guess I could have just done loads of roads close together maybe. No, that doesn't look good at all, does it? So I think we'll just stick a couple of these roads just to add a little bit of interest. Maybe, no, we can't intersect with that. Just make it look a little bit more interesting with some roads like that, and then this one needs to be connected as well. So bring this up into there like so. Now what I wanted was to put a toll on here, because that's what I normally do to fake having a security checkpoint for the road. Just put a toll booth in there, and that's a little bit of a faked connection, fake whatever it is, security checkpoint to get into the port area, because obviously again it's going to be somewhere and there's going to be all sorts of checks and things on the lorries coming in. Don't think there'll be many private vehicles, although having said that, they do spawn, don't they, out of thin air, private vehicles. So if they want to spawn private vehicles and drive into the city, then they're going to have to pay for it at the end of the day. I think we'll keep the tolls low, so we'll have them down 50 cents fee just to come into the port. And what I will do just for now, because I don't think we're going to have a chance to connect all the roads up now, we don't want to do that. We want to just bring that out, and then just quickly hop over the line, and we do have a bridge already which leads into the city, so that's at least linked up. Obviously it does need, again, some power, doesn't it? So we will follow that down across the roundabout, down the middle. Although no, we don't. No, that just looks silly, doesn't it? Can I make it look a little bit better? I can't. Maybe if you're coming out from this end, then just thinking you wouldn't have pylons down where you've got reach stackers and all sorts of different things stacking containers, because that's basically what the roads are supposed to represent, is the area where the containers are stacked. So we don't want pylons running down the middle of that, do we? That wouldn't be good at all. So get that across there, into there. Is that connected? It is. And then connect that up. But what I will do actually in this episode is get this rail connection, so we've got a nice flat piece of land there. If we use the slope tool again, we should just about be able to make a gentle slope down. It's going to be quite steep, but hopefully, we've run out of soil. But I don't know what we want for that. Actually, we've got this massive mountain that we've made. This is the man-made one, isn't it? It looks a bit daft now, but that's the only way I could think of to get rid of all of the soil that we've generated. That was from the airport. I am going to have to do a lot of work around here, aren't I, to try and smooth that off. But we want this slope, so we want to go down to track level from there, see what we can do, smooth all of this off. And actually, having said that, this track does some weird stupid things. It just like curves in and then goes round like that, like a chicane. It's like, no, not for a railway, you don't. So we can actually push this out a little bit further, give us a bit more room to play with, and make this curve a lot more gentler than it was. Curve that in. I mean, it's good to see we've got a good amount of rail vehicles actually using the lines, which is nice. Use road guides, I think, just to give me a little bit of a clue. And then this track here, where are we? We're down here, aren't we? So bring this up. What I need to do actually is I'm going to push it that way, Right, so what, yeah, I'm pushing it that way. What am I doing that for? I don't know. And then just connect this up here. Now that doesn't technically need to be connected up to an outside connection, does it? No, but, well, put it in anyway. It just looks like it should. It looks like it belongs. So, ooh, that's getting a little bit close to that. Now this wants to curve right round, and our road's in the wrong way now. In the wrong way, in the wrong place. So curve this right round to there, and can either, no, I'm not going to be able to get a junction there, am I? But maybe you can get a junction in. No. Can I put a junction? No. We're on a slope, aren't we? You can't put junctions on slopes because it flattens it. No, that's not too bad. Maybe if I bring this, I mean the junction itself, no, that's pretty hideous. It's the only thing, you can't have junctions on slopes, can you? Because they do tend to look pretty rubbish. What does that look like? Yeah, see the junction tries to go up. Yeah, don't like that at all. Get rid of that. Maybe actually we don't connect up to the outside connection because, like I said, doesn't need to. So it's a bit pointless. So instead we'll just have the road, the track curving up. And I'm going to put this back in. What we want is we want to try and get parallel, but it's not quite working. So maybe if I start the track from here first and try and follow it, obviously without snapping, that's what we want to try and avoid. Try and make it look nice and parallel. I just want to split the passenger and freight. I know we are going to come into here. Is this going to have to be rebuilt? Yes, that's definitely going to have to be rebuilt. That looks pretty rubbish. Maybe we have track. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to connect that up to there for now, and I think I might want a fourth track going into the city. Just make sure this is connected up so this comes in, so we can put a rail route. Can we? No, can we? Just check this junction there. Yeah, because what I want is a heavy rail route into this station here, into there, and I think I might put one the other side of the city as well. And then what we need is we've got the freight coming in, comes onto this line, and then connects up down here. It can get to this one, and it can get to all the others, which is good. I also want another rail cargo hub in the southern end of the city as well, maybe to try and alleviate some of that traffic, because in the last episode we did the massive subway circle that goes all the way around, which is actually getting some really good passenger figures. Metro name, where's it gone? Metro Loop 481 and 427, which is actually some pretty healthy passenger figures, I think, for a metro line. So yeah, pretty happy with that. So it is being used, but what it didn't do is really very much with the traffic. We were at 73, 74, we're now at 76, which 2% change for the infrastructure we put in isn't really anything to write home about. So yeah, I want to try and get some of the freight rail off the roads. Maybe this will get some of the private tourist vehicles off the roads as well, but I can't see it doing a huge amount, to be honest. Right, so you're connected up. Why aren't you connected up? Because I deleted you, and you're not connected up to anything anymore. So you need to get that track. Just connect this track back up like that. Is that all right? Is it? No, it's not. It's pretty bad. Let's do that again. Just get that. Maybe if we use road guides. I don't often use it, so that something like that. That's better, isn't it? And then I will actually put these rail routes in. So we want one into the city. Can you call at any of these platforms? You can. Good. So that, yeah, and that one, and then we want another one which calls. Actually, we'll call at this. No, we've got 3 already calling there. I think we'll just have. Oh, we've got. Right. Okay. I think we need to put a junction. No, we're not gonna fit a junction in here. I'm gonna. Oh, can we? Yes, maybe. It's not going to be the prettiest of junctions, but just thinking about this platform is already very busy, you see. So you've got 2 services on there already. So I know it could probably handle it, but I would just like to separate the flows a little bit. So get that onto there. So you've got those 2 lines bringing tourists in, which is what we want. Now we do also have a metro line here, so I think we could in fact have this metro line come above ground and then actually call into here as well. But that would probably be good. That probably would be good. Yeah, that's just where to put it is the issue, isn't it? Can we run up alongside? Maybe go underneath briefly. Yeah, it's just it doesn't want to fit. I could put it over here, I guess, couldn't I? But that would mean having to build a level crossing, which I'm not a big fan of, but I guess it's just going to be, for the most part, pedestrians, isn't it, that are going to be using this. So we'll chuck that in there. I can't imagine it's going to be used by road vehicles very much, hopefully. Can I squeeze in? No, crossing's no use because people just won't use it. It'll be quicker to walk over the level crossing, wouldn't it? So that needs to be connected to that, and then we'll have, can I get this to run alongside? That would be rather nice. Up alongside, and then we'll just run it off to there for now. So we've got really good public transport links, which is what it's all about. Dissuade those tourists from driving into the city, which they seem to be doing, which I suppose is good, isn't it? I think, but yeah, it's just generating a lot of traffic. So I'll pause that. That should have a connection to the city now. So hopefully we'll get some police. Actually, having said that, no, we do need to actually build some police station, don't we? We do, because it's going to be like, again, a high security area, so it needs a little police station, and we'll have some fire as well close to this area because we don't want it burning down. So we've got fire, we've got police, so we've got water all over this area. And we've got trains queuing already, which is good and bad. And we've got our should I have? No, I'm not going to allow in city trains for this. Actually, we do have a little bit of a garbage issue though, so I think we're going to have to build I think we need a recycling centre in here just to try to get rid of some of this. I know the garbage trucks will eventually just drive off anyway, so it doesn't really make much difference, but it's not fitting in there, is it? We don't actually have a huge amount of space to play with here because of all these roads I've put in, but never mind. Right, just that. No, that's definitely not going to fit in there, is it? No. Right, get that up there. It's a bit close to the railway, but can I just not the budget? Can I just move you into there, and then the police station could be on the opposite side? Actually, no. Police station there, recycling centre there. That'll do. I think we've got all the services that we possibly need. There's not many trucks coming out of here yet. Have I definitely got road connections? Yeah, I have. It's just not very efficient. We do have a highway over here, but we do need to build some sort of junction to get the traffic down to here, but we do have good rail links. Does need filling out with a little bit of detail. I think I'll just put some industry and a little bit of office maybe, just to fill out some other space. We've got a few wagons coming out now, a few delivery vans, so that's fine. But I think for the most part we've done what I wanted to do, which was get the cargo hub and the harbour set up. Hopefully we'll start to see some ships coming in. Oh, there's one's already departed. So there we are. I'll leave it there for today and say until next time, bye bye.